Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this session. It is a very important discussion that all of you are awaiting, I know, because of the new notification from NTNet. We all know that today we have come to realize that from June 2024, there will be one more category in net results. You will be able to get eligibility for PhD or assistant professorship or JRF, like that. Many of you are worried. Oh, does that mean I will have to pass net now in order to do PhD? Does that mean whatever I am doing now will not be valid? Like that, many of you are having your doubts. So I have here with me today Sandeep Mondal. He is a person who works with Valat. Apart from that, he is a very, very high achieving student of English literature. He has several MAs, several other qualifications and degrees, JRF, GATE, everything. So is Princey Jha. Princey, you know all of them, I'm sure. They are all from Team Valat. Princey has also cleared net with JRF, and she's a high achiever in GATE, and she's going to enroll in PhD. So what we have done a lot of research on this area and topic, and we want to share with you the input that we got from different people, and we want to tell you how it is going to affect all of you. So we have here presentation for you. The third category of net, is it good or bad for you? You know me, don't you guys? I will only look at the positive side of it. It is good. That is what we are going to say. Isn't it, Princey and Sandeep?
Yes, to some extent it is good, but we have to wait and see.
Sandeep has a little bit of caution in him. Not as optimistic as I am, I guess. What do you think, Princey?
Ma'am, I think it's really going to be very good for the students. Like they don't have to be disappointed with, missing those 1 mark or for 2 marks. They won't be disappointed. They will be getting something at least for the future. So yes, it's good.
Okay, let us see the various aspects of it. Dear friends, I have here a few slides where you can see the various aspects of this notification. The highlights of UGC's recent notice. Okay, you great achievers, your pictures also we have included in the slide, the kings and queens of tomorrow. Okay, so one thing you should all remember and understand is NEP 2020 is coming. And in 2024, 2025, it is going to bring about tremendous changes in the educational sector. It is going to be good, even though it can be difficult in some ways. The intention is to raise our educational scenario to international standards. That means we'll have to do a lot of hard work, but don't worry. There are so many ways of doing hard work, so many people to guide you. And also, if you are already a teacher, a faculty member, we have just today announced a faculty development program on NEP 2020. You can join that to know more about NEP 2020. Now, I'm not going into NEP. Let us stick to today's topic, which is this new notification about a third category. It is part of the changes that follow NEP 2020. And it is going to be applicable from June 2024. That means in the coming exams, when you write, like Princey pointed out, if you have missed an assistant professorship by 1 mark or 1 question or 2 points or something, then you don't have to worry. You would become eligible for PhD then. Then, net score can be used for PhD admissions in place of entrance tests conducted by different universities or higher education institutions. Listen, dear friends, PhD admission is a very diverse thing happening right now. There are many universities that have their own entrance exams. There is also the CUET PhD exam that happened recently. So there were many exams, if not this, the other, like that you were writing. Now, if NET, the third category of NET is going to be the PhD eligibility, maybe some of the other entrance exams will be scrapped. Some entrance exams may continue because all universities need not completely follow the NET criterion. They can also have their entrance exams. I'm sure at least some big universities will have entrance exams. But the good thing for the student is that if you have cleared NET with that percentile, then you will become eligible. It is actually more opportunity that you're getting. What do you think, Sandeep? Do you agree?
Yeah, of course, ma'am. That is good. But there is a one point that 75% of weightage will be given in this.
I will come to that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So problem is those people who are qualifying with high marks, who comes under category A or category B. So they will be in a better position. That is for sure. And why I was a bit skeptical, the validity of this third category is only for 1 year. And in practical, it
We
is
will come to that, Sandeep. You are talking about things that are yet to come. Yeah. All those are very important. It's because Sandeep is worried about you that he is thinking of all these things. Yeah.
One positive thing is, ma'am, the cutoff for third category will be a bit lesser than the other two categories. So more number of people will qualify, end up qualifying at least third category. That Prince was pointing just now. That
That's right. More
JRE
people will qualify. That is what we expect. Yes.
Yes.
So if you did not know what Sandeep is talking about, there is a little bit more information in this slide. From the June 2024 exam onwards, NET candidates will be declared eligible in 3 categories. For anybody who did not know this about this notification, here is the explanation. Category 1 means highest marks. That means you are in the highest percentile. Those people will be eligible for admission to PhD and JRF and appointment as assistant professor, both JRF and assistant professorship. Second category means eligible for admission to PhD without JRF. JRF means first category. Category 2 is without JRF, only assistant professorship. These two were already there in NET all these years. Now the third category is eligible for PhD only. Now you will think, as soon as you get into the third category, will you get admission for PhD? What do you say, Princey? Please explain.
No, ma'am, it's not like that. As soon as they are eligible, again, they have to be ready with the proposal and all, and they have to apply. And it will depend on their performance. Like we have in coming slides, the percentage weight is mentioned there. So they have to perform in the interview, and on the basis of their marks here in the entrance and the interview, it will be consolidated, and then only they will be shortlisted for that.
Right. So it is like NET. As soon as you clear NET, you don't get a job. You have to undergo interview and maybe another exam also. So after NET, it gives your CV some strength. I'm eligible for PhD because of NET. That is good. It will give you access to many universities. That is good. It is, even though it may not be very, very easy for everybody, the aim of NTA, ultimately, if you look at it the positive way, is to enhance the quality of the students. They should not just get away with some, mugging up or some incomplete knowledge. So this is first level screening for PhD. You will pass that and then you will get PhD if you approach the university with a good proposal and also pass the interview. Princey, would you like to add something to it?
Yes, ma'am. I just want to have, I have a small doubt. When we apply for the exam, we have 2 categories for now. We are applying for JRF with assistant professor and only for assistant professor. Now, I am a bit confused about it, how they will do it. Like only for PhD, only for assistant professor, or JRF assistant professor and PhD. Also, we were expecting them to bring out a third category, which should be only JRF. because there are students who are qualifying net and then they reapply because they want JRF and they again end up getting net. So this category should have been there, which they didn't include. Instead, they introduced a new one.
Yeah, what you said is right. If there is only JRF, then a lot of people would not lose their chance. But that is a policy mistake, I can say. I think that there will be three categories when you apply, because some people who are assistant professors, or there are people who are working in some private colleges, etc., without um, assistant professor passing net. And also older people, maybe you are 60 years old, you will not get an assistant professor job, and you don't want also, because you have already retired from another job, but you want to do PhD. In those cases, you can write net. And I think, generally speaking, for people who have good knowledge, it will become very easy to pass the third category, because the cutoff will be low at this point. So even though it is not very clear, everything is not very clear, I think the third category, PhD alone, makes sense.
And
As you said, JRF alone should have been there. Yes, Sandeep, would you like to add to this?
one good thing is that, ma'am, it is not that we are approaching one university and they select us for PhD. And if we want to appear for this PhD interview for multiple universities, if we don't have NET degree, NET certificate, we have to appear their multiple written test exam. But now we don't have to go for that multiple exam. If we qualify NET, even if this category 3, then also we don't have to write their multiple exam. With this single NET certificate, we can approach to different universities. So this is actually good. Actually good.
Yes. Actually good. Earlier, if there was one way you could apply to any university, that was only with JRF. But now, even if you have far less marks, even if you come low in the percentile, you can still do PhD. It is good, yes. So let us move on to the next slide. Results will be declared in percentile along with marks to utilize the marks for admission to PhD. You can be a little lower than net or assistant professorship for net. Sorry, net for assistant professorship. Even then, you will get marks here, and you can utilize those marks. You will get PhD eligibility, and with those marks, you will be able to get admission. Now, the point that Sandeep raised earlier is coming. Before that, JRF candidates will be admitted in PhD program based on interview. So there will be two level of PhD candidates. Now it is becoming like great chain of being, isn't it? So many levels. But one thing, dear friends, I want to tell you, this level thing is good because that is international. Think of civil services exam. If you get the highest marks and you are the best performer, you get into IAS or IFS. But even if you are not such a great performer, you still get into IRS and other services. Look at IELTS exam. There, you don't fail the exam. You can only get one band. So some band you get. And with that, somewhere you will have an opportunity. Like that, here also, JRF candidates and also net with PhD eligibility, two-level candidates will be there. Both of them, I guess, will have to undergo interview. Now, this is what Sandeep said. For students qualified from categories 2 and 3, that is assistant professorship without JRF and also PhD eligibility, 70% weightage will be given for test scores. Your mark in net, isn't it? That will be given 70% and 30% weightage for interview. So that means total malpractice in interview will not be there, because anyway, this candidate will have 70% if he has good marks in the exam. So earlier it was a risk. If you perform in interview and if favoritism is there on the part of the interviewer, you could fail. But now it is good because 70% weightage is coming from your exam, and which is a national level net exam. What do you think, Sandeep and Princey?
Yes, ma'am. Of course. Earlier practice was, if you know some good professor in some good universities, if you have some connection, generally in practical life, it happens. It used to happen that you have a better opportunity to enroll for PhD. But now, as ma'am said, you are qualifying a national level exam, and that will bring you 70% percent weightage. So even if someone, and another thing, if you cannot score that much high, 30% weightage is there in your interview. If you have a very good
Yes.
proposal, if you can defend your topic, then that can bring you good marks. So in both the way, students will be gainer.
Princey, you agree?
Yes, ma'am. Like you already mentioned, and Sandeep sir also mentioned, even those for those students, like if they underperform in interview, they are nervous, or for some reason they underperform, still the marks that they have scored in the exam, that will be helping them to cover up that. So yes, it's going to be the benefit only for the students. It's for the students. They're going to
Yeah.
benefit.
Now I can see one problem that many of our students are having. They have not cleared net. They prepared for net at the first or second attempt or several attempts. They just came close, but they did not clear. But then they cleared set. And they thought, okay, this is fine. I will be secure with set. Now that is a problem. They will have to write net again. But I'm saying it is worth it. If you prepare for net and write it again by preparing, it is worth it because you don't have to score that high as net. For PhD eligibility, you have to score only less, isn't it? And also, another important thing that I feel is all these changes will not be effected suddenly one fine morning. It will be a little slow. And I don't think, even though they give net as eligibility, I don't think it will become compulsory very soon, within a few months. What do you think, Sandeep?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, definitely. They cannot implement these things suddenly. It will take time. And as ma'am with her experience predicts, those some prestigious universities will be there. They will consider only JRF people. Because in this notification also, they have clearly mentioned JRF people can enter into PhD only through Viva or interview process. Their JRF is always different, a prestigious thing. Oh, it will bring you some prestige, fame, everything. JRF
Yeah.
sets you apart unless you are associated with Vallat. You know, in Vallat, JRF is very common. Nowadays, for every net, we are having on an average 40 or 50 JRF. So if you are in Vallat, then you will feel like, okay, JRF is a very common thing here. But otherwise, JRF is a prestigious thing. And they will give you this value you will get from JRF. Otherwise, it is okay. Even if you are qualifying category 3 and if you enroll for PhD and your ultimate target is assistant professorship, you enroll for PhD, get your PhD degree, then NET become irrelevant. In any assistant professorship interview, you can appear if you have PhD or if you have NET. If you have NET, it will bring you 8 marks extra. If you have NET with JRF, it will bring you 10 marks extra. But PhD will bring you 30 marks according to UGC norms in assistant professorship interview. So ultimately, if you enroll for PhD anyhow, your final aim will be fulfilled. And with this new scheme, you are getting more opportunity. That is a very good positive sign, ma'am.
That is true. Very good. And then good that you told us about the mark weightage. That is it is very, very important that you should try for PhD. And this is giving you additional eligibility. There is nothing to cry about here. It is wonderful. Marks obtained in net by candidates from categories 2 and 3 will be valid for a period of 1 year for admission to PhD. That is because after 1 year, you would have forgotten all these things. As soon as possible, you should enroll for PhD. Now, the thing is, it is very dangerous if you have never thought about PhD and you're only preparing for net and you think after I pass net, I will start thinking of PhD. That is the dangerous situation. You should, even as you're doing your MA, you should identify an area. You should start reading about it. You should slowly, get research acumen and work towards the topic. And then, meanwhile, only you should clear net. If you in your first MA, you go and write net and clear it, that is dangerous because you have not prepared for your PhD topic. So PhD has become very, very important. As Sandeep is saying, it is worth doing that hard work. And how to do research and all are things that we should all know. It is not like somebody please give me a topic, somebody please give me materials, somebody please tell me how to do my chapters. That age is over. We have to really learn how to do research. That is why for our paid course premium students at Vallath, we have started a research support program where we will help them, because so many of them have cleared NET and got GATE also, very high scores also, high rank within 100 also, many of them got. So we are helping them to shape up their research proposals, find areas. A team of people here, so many of them together are helping our students. And some people are interested, they can also join the research support program, limited seats only. And next month, we are going to start a detailed research course. It will be periodically there, regularly there. If anybody needs help, you can come to us. We'll help you to find out your area and do your research and all that. Okay, so research has become wonderful. It is a really worthwhile activity. You should take your time and do it properly. And another thing I want to say is, after the coaching at Vallath, most of our students are entering into very big universities, central universities, NITs, IITs. Everywhere we go, not only assistant professors are there from Vallath, there are also lots of research scholars from Vallath. It's a matter of pride. I'm not claiming any, credit for myself. It is their hard work. It is their dedication, their commitment. That is what did the wonders. Okay, so the next slide here is about the questions that you have in your mind. Once again, will NET be compulsory for PhD? What do you think, Princey?
Ma'am, as already they have introduced third category, so even if they are not qualifying for net, it is fine. Also, I wanted to clear one doubt. Like in the previous slide, we had that net and is only, well, those who have qualified net are only eligible for 1 year. That doesn't mean that the net qualification for assistant professorship won't be there. It will be there lifetime like it is now, but
Yes.
only for admission in PhD, they will have only 1 year.
There is
So
no
net-
need to worry, Princey, because even the other entrance exams of universities have only eligibility for one year.
Yes.
Exactly, ma'am. But then there was a slight confusion, so that I just wanted to clear it.
Yes.
And they have third category net won't be compulsory, because then there, like you have already mentioned, the eminent or the major universities, they will be having their own entrance. Even now, like there is Delhi or Kharagpur or Kanpur, they conduct IITs. These are, and they conduct their own entrances. Even though you have valid GATE score or JRF, you will have to appear for their entrance and then go for their interview. So these kind of entrances might be there.
Yes. And also, they have only said eligibility. The trend in the future is you pass one thing and everything you get from that one exam. Like that, it won't be. There will be much filtering. Many, many, many levels will be there to ensure quality. So it is
Exactly.
good, I think.
Yes.
Yes. And Princey, do you think CUET PG will be there? Sandeep, what do you think?
CUET PhD.
PhD, sorry.
Yeah.
PhD.
So because they are introducing this third category and CUET PhD is also conducted by NTA only, I think that might not be there.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
both exams are conducted by UGC, NTA. So
Because they recently started CUET PhD, maybe for a couple of times again they'll conduct also.
yeah, or maybe that's what they are doing. They are combining this and introducing it as third category. We will have to wait because they conducted only in August or September. So we will have to wait for it because we have a lot of doubts and we have to wait further for their notifications to get clarified.
Further notification or further clarification. Whatever CUET, PhD entrance test also have only 1 year validity, and this 1 year validity also have some very positive sign, ma'am. What is happening nowadays? Those students who are qualifying NET, who are qualifying PhD, generally they enroll for PhD generally after 1.5 years, sometimes 2 years, 2.5 years. So their 1 year is wasted. In my case, after my JRF, I was searching for my topic. I was searching for some help. Who can help me? I approached ma'am also. Ma'am really helped me. That is a separate thing, but not anyone can approach ma'am regularly. So 1 year is very good thing. You will be under such a pressure that I have only 1 year validity. if I cannot enroll for PhD, I have to write the exam again. So you will be under such a pressure. You will be after preparing a very good research proposal, and anyhow you will try to enroll for a PhD. So one valuable year of your life will be saved. You will be forced to enroll into PhD. Otherwise, you are under threat that I have to write that NET exam again.
Right.
And
One more thing I want to say, Sandeep, is
yes,
if
ma'am.
anybody is there now who has not cleared NET and who's also already working for PhD and trying to enroll, did not get admission, those people should not wait a long time. They should immediately join for PhD if they don't want to write NET,
Yes, ma'am.
because soon it might become compulsory.
Yes, ma'am.
So don't take risk. As soon as possible, get enrolled somewhere by focusing on your research proposal. We are starting a course, 1 month course with lots of support. Apart from this short-term research support program, we are starting a course in April. So if you have any requirement for additional help, we might be able to help you. Somehow you should immediately join the course by writing a very good proposal and defending it. Otherwise, things might change in future.
Such course will be very much beneficial, ma'am. The
Yes.
students feel helpless, and if someone can help them how to prepare a PhD proposal, how to face the interview, how they can collect the topic, and this will be very practical course and very much beneficial for student.
Correct. Princey?
Yeah, so that was the aim because of what we started this short-term course. And I just wanted to add one thing. Even if CUET PhD is there, I think this net category 3, qualifying from this category 3 will be more beneficial, because in CUET PhD, only 4 universities participated last time. But if they have that category 3 qualification, they can go for more universities than the CUET
Correct,
PhD
correct.
qualification.
And I think NET is easier than CUET PhD in some ways. So much research methods are not there. Right. So there's another question that all our students and YouTubers are worried about. If validity for NET for PhD is 1 year, and if one takes time to read and enroll, will she have to write NET or NET again? That is what we are already discussed just now. If anybody has joined the session late, for their benefit, let me explain once again. Right now, the situation is, if you do not write NET, or if you have not cleared NET, if you are not writing June exam, it is okay, but you have to write some other exam that already exists, and you have to enroll for PhD as soon as possible. Because soon it might become important that you clear NET, and it is not going to be that difficult if you study systematically. We are also there to help. And it is better to have a good idea of the research proposal and the research area before you write NET. Because in case you write NET, you will be able to complete the proposal within a year and join. So don't wait until you pass NET to start working on your research proposal. In case you do not have a research proposal at the end of 1 year of passing NET, you may have to write it again. So as Sandeep said, the pressure will help you.
One way out, ma'am. If you are very seriously preparing for NET, and if you can score higher than JRF, then you are safe. Because for JRF, the validity period is as if now 3 years. So if you score more than JRF, if you qualify for category 1, then I think you don't have to write the NET in every year. So at least you are safe for 3 years at least. So that is one way out.
Right. So ultimately, at the end of all this, before I move on to the next question, one thing is certain. You should really, really study and do hard work, because
Yes, ma'am.
the academic career is going to be a niche career. It is not going to be a career for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. After, in the post NEP 2020 age, if you are an academic, you will really get the benefits of it. Lay the foundations of your career thoroughly. Do not go into shortcuts. Do not somehow try to clear NET. Do it the right way with the right guidance. It is very, very important. Next question is, will all the other PhD entrance exams be stopped? As I said, immediately from tomorrow onwards, they will not stop it. I'm sure many universities will still have entrances, but Do not take risk. Eventually, they might stop. So you should try to get enrolled in the PhD program at the earliest and also clear NET, at least in the third category. Will there be a stipend for category 3 PhD scholars? That is something that people have been asking me. What do you think, Princey?
Ma'am, there are many universities and especially IITs which provide a stipend to students. So if they are like, if they get admission, they will be getting a stipend based on the rules of that university or that institute. Otherwise, UGC will not provide any stipend like they do for JRF candidates.
Yes. What is the stipend now for NET, for JRF and SRF?
For JRF, it's 37. For SRF, it's 45. And if you are getting institute fellowship in IITs or IIST, then it's equal to JRF, that is almost equal, that is 35,000.
That's a lot of money. Wow. You should try to get really study and get JRF. It's worth it, isn't it, Sandeep?
There are a few other scholarship given by UGC itself, like if you belong to minority category, there is a special scholarship for you. If you are single girl child, if you,
Yes.
then also UGC provides you scholarship. There are so many other scholarship provided by UGC itself. And as Princey
Yes.
said, there are some institutional scholarship given by state government or that particular institution. So JRF amount is, it is great. But there are some other scholarship also. And
Sandeep, many of our students may not know about these scholarships. From where will they get all this knowledge, jankari, from all this information? How should they search for it?
they can visit UGC net website itself. Everything is
Yes.
clearly mentioned there.
Right. So it is very important to go through the website, look at everything,
Yes.
and make a note of everything. Look at the deadlines, isn't it? And those who have cleared GATE and enroll for PhD programs, how much stipend will they get, Princey?
35,000, ma'am.
In IITs and NITs, they can join, eh?
Yes, ma'am. And even few central universities and state universities like Bombay University accepts GATE score. So they can look for those kind of universities. And if they are not getting IITs or NITs, they can go for there also. And sometimes triple IITs are also there. They also score, like accept GATE score.
Okay. And Princey, I wanted to ask you another thing. Many of us scholars and people who are studying, their housewives or they are busy with their careers, they might be doing some other profession and they're now trying to come into academics. They might not be in the know of when universities call for applications or when it is time to apply. So is there a way they can get to know everything?
Ma'am, the usually what we do is we go to every institute's website and then check. And easiest for them would be to join our WhatsApp channel, which is there where we are updating about PhD admissions and everything. All like every detail I am putting there, so they can just join that. I'll do the research part for them when it is starting. What is the last date? What is admission fee, like application fee and everything. They just have to join that WhatsApp channel.
Okay, Vallath Education WhatsApp channel.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Vallath Education WhatsApp channel.
We give a lot of information there. You can join there. And we also, if you don't know, guys, we also have a Telegram public group called Vallath.in public group, where a lot of quizzes and other information are shared. You can easily do our open course in Telegram and YouTube and learn for no extra money. All these things are also there.
And on our website, I just wanted to mention on our website, PDFs of British literature every day at 6 in Videopedia are available. So they can go and access those PDFs from our website. And gradually we will be uploading more PDFs on the
Right. Recently, Princey and Sandeep, do you remember recently, 2 years ago, I had made a video on research area, a series of course itself on research areas, post discourses, etc.
Yes,
Post
Yes, ma'am.
discourses. So if you Google search not Google search, if you search in our YouTube channel, Kalyani Vallath research areas, post discourses, you will get a lot of ideas for research, apart from the course that we are going to start based on contemporary research practices and methods and areas.
And also, you did one session on cultural studies research forum about how to start and how to frame your research proposal. So
Yeah.
those who are not getting any clue and they don't want to join our paid courses, they can go and watch those videos also.
Yes. Dear friends, I want to tell you that a large number of people every year are passing exams and getting into various careers. Thousands of people, that is the large number I'm talking about, by just using our free material. I can proudly say that we are the largest provider of free material on English literature in the entire country. So please follow our channel and use it properly. Or there are so many avenues through which you can mold your career. Everything is working well towards your becoming successful in life. Take it positively and be happy. Be in touch with us. We will give you whatever help you need and make sure that you reach your amazing careers. So thank you very much from Team Valat, Sandeep, Princey, and me. I hope this video session has been useful for all of you, and I hope you will study really, really, really hard and prepare for NET and come successful with flying colors in 3, 2, and then 1 category of NET. Wish you all the very best from all of us. Princey?
Good night, everyone. We want you to be in category 1. Don't forget that.
No, I cannot
Princey?
stop myself making one comment. JRF is always given priority. And if you approach Vallat, you will be surrounded by JRF people. Ma'am herself is topper JRF. Prince is JRF. I am also JRF. They are almost,
So
name
many.
anyone from team. They are JRF. So they know
Almost all.
how to become a JRF. You will be taught by such quality material, her classes. You will be preparing yourself by reading such quality material. So, JRF के पास ना कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं होगा, बेचारे के पास कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं होगा. JRF has to come to you. So I would say come to Hallat and get your JRF.
Yes, dear friends. Yes, yes. And all our team members also passed because of the same reason. They are doing so much work, so much content development and teaching. बेचारे JRF के पास कोई option ही नहीं था. Okay, thank you very much. Good night, everybody. Bye
Good
from
night,
all of
everybody.
us.